Yo, what is up guys, and welcome in another TRACKDAYR video. As you've seen from the intro, we've got the drone cam in the replay that's just been added with the latest dev build, so we're gonna be looking at it in a little bit. But before we do that, in the previous video I've shown you some Supercross gameplay. You can find it down in the description, and I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I was tuning a little bit the engine of the 450 with the garage mod tool, but I didn't show you guys on how you do that. So in today's video we're gonna start off by changing the 450 engine again, but this time I'm gonna show you how I go about it, and hopefully I can try to explain you guys how it works a little bit. And I need to change it again because there has been another build during the night by the big man himself, and he's changed quite a bit of stuff, and now we have to change. Well, I want to change the behavior of the 450 again. I want it to have a little bit more bottom end torque. I like the first build that I made, but I want to improve on that. So without further ado, let's hit the customize and garage mod. The first thing you want to do, this is going to be blank. You're going to want to go to load. In this case, I've already have the TDR file ready, but you're gonna be finding it into the Steam folder all the way. It should be TRACKDAYR, streaming assets, bikes, and then the TDR folder. I'm gonna put it on the screen, the correct path, and you select this TDR folder, TDR file, sorry. It's going to open up the bike, and here you can change pretty much everything that you see here, from the drivetrain to the engine to the suspension, the tires, the center of gravity. I wouldn't really touch this stuff right here. I don't really know how it's going to affect the overall handling, so I'm never gonna touch this. And this is the handle. This is the rider position on the bike. You can go crazy with this stuff. You can make it look absolutely ugly, but we're not gonna go into that. What we're gonna do right now is go into the engine tab. As you can see right now, we have the maximum power of the engine at 7,000 RPM, because this is the previous build that I put on yesterday, which put the highest power at a little bit of a lower RPMs. But what I want to do, I want to have more bottom end torque. So as you see to the right of your screen, we got RPMs and the amount of power you wanted to put down. This is, I cannot really explain it like precisely what numbers do. You just have to play around with it. The higher the number, the more of power you're going to have. You don't want to go, of course, too crazy with it. This is just a first version of this whole garage mod. Maybe in the future there's gonna be some limitation, because otherwise people are going to be racing with absolutely insanely powerful bikes. But I wanted to have a little bit more of power on the bottom RPM, so we're going to go ahead and touch these three ranges over here. So 5,000, 5,400 RPM and 6,000 RPM, and maybe a little bit of this one as well. We're gonna go up to 44,000, just so I can up these ones right here. Oops, very important, put all the numbers, otherwise it's probably gonna break the bike itself. So 44,000 here, we're going to go 43.9 here, and 43.5 here, and I'm gonna go with a 43 here, and we're just gonna give it a quick rip. I've already, okay, remember, sorry about that. Once you've done this, this is the as you can see, the torque has changed. Now we got the maximum amount of power at 6,000 RPM, but I don't want that. I wanted to have it at 7,000, so we're gonna go up a little bit more here and see if that changes. Okay, nice. We got 45 at 7,000, which is what we wanted. We're gonna go ahead, and there we go. We're gonna test it out on the sand first and see if our improvements worked like they work in my mind. Otherwise we're gonna have to bump up the on the lower RPM as well, on the 1,500. Okay, I'm struggling to turn left. I really need to buy a new controller. This one has been giving me some pretty big issues on the cornering. The bike is working very good. We are on deep sand, remember, so all this power should be lost a little bit in the ground. It shouldn't be too crazy. So as you see me playing there with the sticks, because it's giving me some issues again. Oh. So far I'm kind of liking it. I don't know if I should add a little bit more of make it a little bit stronger again. I don't want to exaggerate and make it spin at low RPMs, but I also want it to go like when I give throttle. Usually the 450 is always pretty nervous, even in the lower RPMs. Gives you that almost like electric feeling, you know, electric motor feeling. It's always ready to go, even if you're like in the wrong gear and you just give it throttle. It should take you to where you want to go without too many hesitations. Maybe the deep sand isn't like the best track to test it on, but we've got to test it everywhere. We're gonna test it on Supercross as well, because I want to make sure that this is a safe engine to use and doesn't just work on one aspect of the game or just one track. So as of right now, it feels powerful, but still not powerful like how I want it. And I don't know if it's just my riding that's not good, or because on sand, you know, you have to carry speed. You can just wide open everywhere. So we will see how this goes a little bit. Hit the inside over here. So yeah, it's not going very strong. I would like to have it a little bit more power, so we're gonna go back. So I did touch up a couple of things in the engine and also in the drivetrain. I shortened up the gears a little bit while giving it more power. Hopefully this is going to be a great combination, and already it's feeling much more alive. As you can see, you probably can tell by the video that this bike is going much better right now. So remember guys, when you're touching the engine, remember that you're probably gonna have to fix the gearing a little bit as well. You want to make everything flow nicely, because if you have a super powerful engine but very short gears, you're just gonna spin everywhere. And if you have too low on power and too high of a gearing, you're gonna pretty much not go anywhere. But right now this is feeling very good, and I'm going to finish up this lap really quick to see all parts of the track, how it works, and then we're going to switch over to my track, Washougal. And then after that we are gonna try a couple of laps on a soupy track. Okay, so here we are on my track. This should be a more hard-packed track. We should be getting a little bit more high speed here. And already, boys, I can tell you that this bike is feeling much better than the build I made yesterday. Let's throw it sideways. Oh, too much sideways for the boys. I got too cocky on that whip. I'm actually really liking the jump faces here. I made them steep, but not like too steep. And as you can see, my controller is still fighting me. I need to absolutely get a new one. This Chinese one has been working quite good for the last couple of years, but a little bit too many crashes on the ground and starting to give me some issues. Sideways for the push. I actually really enjoy this camera for the whips, boys. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Let's get it quad, triple, double, single. I need to fix this, like the finish line at Washougal is a little bit further back than the rollers and a little bit less steep. But so far this feels really like a 450, to be honest. You gain a lot of speed very quickly when you have grip. It's really working good at the lower RPMs. And also I like this latest fixes that Gallo has made on the tire traction. Seems like we almost lost the infinite tire slip completely. There is still some slipping going on, but as I said in the previous video, slipping needs to be in the game. Otherwise, you're just gonna eat everything and feels like you're gonna be glued to the ground. So this is feeling very good. Here's the big test for the new update. Yeah, tire slips and then gains traction. This is absolutely incredible, boys. Yesterday 2 days ago I could not hit that big uphill like that. The tire would start slipping and then it would slow me down. Yeah, this is slipping a little bit. I was in too bit of a lower gear, but that was my mistake. A little bit of a muddy section here. Double inside. The game is a little bit... I am a little bit slow on direction changes right now, but I don't know if it's the game or if it's just me that I'm a newbie. Now let's go for a big scrub here. Okay, so far I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy of this 450. I might give it a little bit more peppiness again, because I'm kind of enjoying the power on the bottom end, so I might bump it up a little bit more. Hopefully I don't break the traction too much. So I'm going to do that, and we're gonna test it out a little bit on the soupy track. Played around with it a little bit more. I haven't filmed it because it was pretty much all of the same, me going back and forth with the engine, and I think I have pretty much my favorite build right now. And it's not perfect, of course. I would like it to have even a little bit more bottom end, but if I found that if I put a little bit more horsepower on it, it's just going to start spinning everywhere. So as of right now, this is the limit that I can go to make it feel like how I like it. Second gear works pretty well. I could almost hit this triple a couple of times, and yeah, I'm quite happy with this build. I would like to have still a little bit more power when I land revved up. 450, when you land revved up, it can pretty much launch you very aggressively, and right now it feels like I'm held back still. So I'm gonna keep working on that and maybe update you guys with another video. That is all for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Peace.